Isn't it cold?
What if you talk about this? Because I don't know how to sort my heating out because it's always on. So if I leave the house, it goes off. But then I come back in, it goes on. But my friend said it shouldn't be coming on all the time. And I should only turn it on from 4 p.m. when the kids are home.
2 words, ChatGPT.
Now, the Big John at Breakfast bonus with Wild Accounting Rotherham. Real accounting for real folk.
Big John, Lisa, and James. Yes. And if we include you too
many names.
That would be too
many names. There'll be 4. 4 names.
Bonus.
To include you, there'll be 4 names, which is too many names.
Way too many.
Imagine paying to have a jingle. Well, paying. Imagine getting a jingle made that had 4 names in it.
That's too many. It's like a K-pop band.
Hello, Liesl.
Hello.
Hello, James.
Hello.
I've peaked and I've got sort of coffee head.
Do you know my wife went somewhere the other day where they had free tea and coffee? I think it was IKEA during the week because she was a card holder. And she said, so I stayed with a mate and we had 2 coffees each. And I said, you don't really drink coffee. She went, no, I know, it's free though. I said, but you did you have decaf? Because caffeine doesn't agree there. No, they didn't do decaf. I had regular one. You had 2 cups of coffee. No, I left them both.
So she took the free coffees but didn't drink them.
She was just excited about them being free.
So she just...
Should we get another one?
What, and not drink it?
She
just have it?
Had a sip and then it went cold.
It's people like her that waste the NHS.
Tell me about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Really angry.
Sorry about that. That's caffeine for you.
Are we going to start then with a quick banishment because it went so well last week?
Yes.
A quick round table. I need your opinion on this. Are we going to banish these people? People who end phone calls with... Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Now, I feel I've talked about this before, and I suspect it's mostly women.
Oh, no.
Who do it. But a male friend of mine did it to me this week. As we were finishing the conversation, I was almost sick into my own phone.
Did you call him
he
out?
went, bye, 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 bye. He hung up, we finished, and then I rang him back immediately to say, no.
I'm not having that.
No. What is that? That's a virus. Are you getting it? Do you have people doing this to you, James and Liesl?
I had Paul do it to me, who's obviously a bloke, and he did it the other week.
Wow.
Yeah. I did say to him, you don't need to do that.
Good.
Can I tell you what he does? He does this, bye, bye, and he gets quieter and quieter, like a whisper goes, bye, 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 bye.
Yes.
Like that. I'm like, what
Bye,
are you
bye,
doing?
Bye, 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 bye.
Is it because we're trying to just ensure the phone line cuts off rather than getting on with our life and someone hearing? Do you know what I mean? You keep talking until it's hung up. That way, no one
Making
around
noise.
you says, John!
They don't want dead air.
No, they don't want... You don't want your own life creeping in before the phone's disconnected. So you just say, bye then, bye-bye, bye. In case your wife or your husband or your partner comes in and says something like, your pants are on the wrong way around.
Okay. Oh, they're covering background
Just
noise.
background
la,
noise.
la, 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 la.
Hey, that!
La, la.
That.
La, la, la.
Yes. Yes, but have you found the same thing happens when you're leaving a Teams meeting or a Zoom? When you're all sitting there on a video, everyone does the same thing. He goes, right. So the person running it normally goes, right, okay, cheers, guys. And everyone then puts
bye,
their
bye,
hand
bye.
up.
Yeah,
Okay.
the waving.
But yeah.
You're confusing me and James with people who are still in corporate land. We are very much unemployed people. Bye, 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 bye. Right, let's begin this show.
They used to do it for the radio station, but now they're doing it, hey, just for you, yeah. Big John at breakfast.
Gonna miss this one. Oh, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Oh, God!
Big John at Breakfast.
Hang on. Has Trump done that?
Whoa!
What's going on there?
All the buttons.
Someone taking Greenland?
Welcome to our little show. I think I would prefer the whole to bye, 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 bye. I would prefer the Hollywood hang-up.
What's that?
Where in films, in Hollywood films, your main character will call someone up and then they'll have the conversation, but they don't say goodbye. They just hang up. They flip the phone because they don't want to waste time in the film saying bye, 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 bye.
They said, well, just make sure it happens.
Yeah. Hang up, gone.
Make sure it happens.
Make
right?
sure it happens.
Yeah.
Hang up.
Yeah.
Yeah. More of that.
You know, I've been thinking about the bye-bye. What? You know when you pressed all those buttons
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking about it.
Oh, God, no!
I think I've been doing it recently, and I'll tell you why. I've been on the phone a lot more with my dad, and often my wife's on the call. I put him on speakerphone and catch up with him, and he said something the other day. He was in a good place, he was in a happy mood, and he said, "All right then, bye-zy." And he just said bye-zy, and I looked at Nikki afterwards, and I went, "He said bye-zy. That was bloody lovely. I want a bye-zy."
Bye-zy.
So now, whenever he rings and it rounds off, I'll look at Nikki and I'll think, I want another bye-zy. So I'll do a few bye then, bye-bye.
Never heard that before.
No, I haven't.
And has he ever used that before?
Maybe as a child, maybe. I was trying to think. It seemed familiar, but it felt very affectionate and nice.
Bye-zy.
So I have been doing the bye then, bye-bye, just hoping I'll get a bye-zy.
Oh, from Dad.
Yeah, I want a bye-zy from Dad.
You're going to tell
I
him?
quite like that.
Tell him that
Well, he
you want
doesn't
more
listen to
bye-zy.
this. I think he's a bit backed up with it.
No.
He's still at Christmas.
Well, fair play.
That's quite sweet. How do
Bye-zy.
you both feel about a grown man saying, should we go to Betty Bye-Byes?
Betty Bye-Byes, Betty Bye-Byes,
It
yeah.
depends.
How do you feel about that, James?
Is Paul in his leather pants saying this to you at the time? Is it,
Come
or-
on, let's climb the wooden hill to Bedfordshire. Let's go Betty Bye-Byes.
Betty buys in, I'm going to sort you out in a minute.
No, it's actually not Paul. It was actually my friend told me she got the ex. She was talking to someone on Tinder, and he said, "I'm off to Betty Bye-Byes now." And she immediately messaged me and said, "Is this acceptable?" And I said,
No.
"You got to get red flag, red
Yeah.
flag." Oh my god, Betty Bye-Byes. I'm going to Betty. He didn't have kids. Betty Bye-Byes.
Was he doing it with irony, or was he? That's how he talks.
Well, I did say to her, do you think he was joking? But she said he didn't put an exclamation mark or a laughing emoji. And the thing is, we don't understand irony unless there's an emoji next to it, do we?
Yeah, that's true. We're in that world now, aren't we?
Yeah.
But I never know
Smiley face.
if the emoji's irony as well. I always think, is it a
Aubergine,
double?
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what my favourite thing is? When people fall out with each other, but they'll still put kisses at the end. I saw that today. A comedian kicked off another comedian. He had a right go at him. And then he put three
Kiss.
kisses at the end.
Said with love.
Have you ever had a capital kiss?
Yeah, from
Is
the
that-
wrong person.
Is that a bit weird, capital X? Is that like...
Yeah, you can't
do you
do
know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
Is that like a French one?
I do that thing where you go for an X, but it thinks it's the start of a new
Yeah,
word.
so it's
But I do
capital.
2 or 3 X's,
So you've got
usually,
capital and some
and then
small ones.
smaller
Yes.
X's. And I can't be bothered to change it because I don't
No.
really know how.
No, the bigger X means you're going to get a French kiss. The
Yes.
smaller X is like a peck and a friendship thing.
right.
Like big X is like you're getting something.
You can
Yeah.
tell that we haven't spoken to each other for a whole week. We haven't shut the F up, have we?
I'll get off. Bye-zy.
Bye-zy. Bye,
Ready,
bye, bye,
bye-byes.
bye, 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 bye,
Bye
bye.
bye. No.
Coming up, the Monday song, Mum's Catalogue, your messages, and we talk about Polaroid cameras being burnt out, affairs, and cutting airport delays.
Blimey.
It sounds like the one show. But first, shall we do Mum's Catalogue?
Yes, that's why I'm
please.
here.
This is a very special one. It's not from the year 2000, so I've edited that bit off the jingle.
Mom's catalog game.
Bit of a brutal edit.
Oh, that's nice.
Mum's Catalogue game is where we go through an old catalogue and you've got to guess how... I'm not
going
very
well, this, isn't
You've
it?
got to guess how much
Yep.
stuff was from back in the day. Now, Nick Heppenstall has emailed us. Listener Nick, you know Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Nickarella, Nickington,
Hi,
Nick,
Nick.
Nicky Nacky Noo.
Yep.
Heppenstall. The
Peppers.
Hepster.
Hepatitis. I'm sorry about that, Nick. I got that wrong.
Nick Heppington has got in touch and he's got some really old Argos catalogues. Now, don't ask any questions how he got them.
Okay.
Anyway, can I interest anyone in fingering a 1986 copy?
That's my language.
From 40 years ago.
Oh, please.
Everything is in shillings, but it starts with the Moulinex 659 electric carving knife, twin serrated stainless steel blades, it'll lead to that, safety switch, push button blade release. We had exactly this.
Brilliant.
Wow.
It was important to have an electric carving knife, wasn't it, in the 80s?
Yeah, my dad has something like this for the chicken. With a roast chicken on Sunday.
And for getting rid of some of
Do you
the
want me to
bodies.
sing the jingle or not? Because I remember it.
There was a jingle
Yes.
for the Moulinex
No, just Moulinex makes things simple, and that includes the price.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Like it.
I wasn't born in 1986,
Well,
so
let's chat. We'll chat about that later.
in some way, how much, Liesl, 40 years ago?
I can't give you an educated guess on this. I would have no idea. but
I didn't
will-
think you would.
No. I'm just putting it out there. I think it was $29.99.
It's a
what
great
Because in
guess.
those days, anything electric's quite a lot, isn't it?
Oh, okay. That's your logic. $29.99. 29. What about James Ashley Crooks?
In those days, anything you bought electric didn't come with a plug in it, so it's hit and miss whether you ever get to use it. You might kill yourself
that
first.
rings a bell.
Yeah. I'll say 23.29.
Why did they give you a job to wire a plug onto everything?
I know. You'd have to go buy a plug with anything you bought.
Just-
Isn't that
wow.
strange?
And the next one is for James to go first. A Polaroid instant automatic flash with motorised film. So what was a Polaroid camera, James?
Well, I'm not looking at the picture. Are we talking about those little pop-up things where it spat out straight away?
yes.
Well, that was great. I think Kodak made them big in the 70s, and they'd flap open, and they're in loads of retro pop videos now and stuff because they're so cool.
Kodak?
Yeah, Kodak.
I thought Polaroid were the brand leader and they were called Polaroid cameras.
I'm sure I had a Kodak version. Maybe it was a rip-off. Regardless, you'd have to put a roll of film in it that was massive because each piece came out as a piece of paper, and they'd say you had to waft it to develop it. Is that right?
They came in like a cassette. It wasn't a roll.
Yeah,
it
okay,
was
but
flat
exactly.
cassette.
Yeah.
And you put it. Do you remember any of this, Liesl?
No.
Good.
I really don't.
You don't remember a Polaroid camera, and it comes out. It would spit it out immediately, and then you'd waft it for it to develop. And I think like Instagram had
Right.
their own sort of versions.
that
of
that
it.
was their logo to
Yeah.
start with.
Right, I knew of it this time round, but I don't have memories in my head live
Well,
when I was
you
that age. Does that make sense?
In your
I don't
head
remember my parents
live.
having one.
No, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't
I don't remember at the
born
time.
until 2000, my love.
So we're talking 86 then. These were kind of starting on their way out. They're a bit big and clunky then.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, because the disc camera had been invented and stuff like that. I'm going to say that was
right.
$39.99.
Right. I was in Paris in '86 anyway, so I don't.
The whole
have them
year.
there.
Tax reasons.
Yeah.
It's because her dad had used the electric carving knife to get rid of a body, and they had to go to Paris. Dad went to Paris for 8.5 years one time. Do you remember? And you couldn't ever visit him in Paris. How much, Liesl?
I think it'd be expensive because it sounds electric-y type thing. I'm going to say $59.99.
Wow.
$59.99.
Or is that too low?
No, that's great.
Right, so who has got it closest? We will find out.
They used to do it for the radio station. Yeah. Now they're doing it just for you. Big John's breakfast bonus.
Hey, it's Coffee Girl. If you've been enjoying these podcasts, why not support the show and get a shout on the Friday song at the same time? Just go to the website bigjohnandbreakfast.co.uk. Just so you know, on Friday's show, I can finally go public on the fact I am suing someone in this room for leading me on. Get ready, assholes.
Big John at breakfast bonus.
By the way, I think the coffee website has been down for a while.
Has it?
I don't know if they've run out of coffee, but it's back up now. We checked. Somebody told me, they said, do you know the coffee thing on your website doesn't work? And I was like, that'll be why no one's been buying this coffee. But that'll be So it's mended. And if you could just check, could you just check your end that the coffee bit is working on our website? Go to bigjohnatbreakfast.co.uk and thank you for backing the show. And a proper thank you to Wild Accounting, the reason the numbers behave themselves and the show stays on the road. Thank you to wildaccounting.co.uk who've been sponsoring the bonus show for weeks now. And thank you.
Thank you.
If you're running a business and you want accounting that's clear and sensible and doesn't make your eyes glaze over, they are very much your people. Massive thanks to Emily, who appears to be running several businesses at once across South Yorkshire at the moment. And by the way, Jingle Santa has made the team there their own jingle. Do you want to hear the jingle that Jingle Santa's
Yes.
made
Yeah.
for Wild Accounting?
Wild accounting, Rotherham. Oh yeah, real accounting for real folk.
Wow.
Am I getting a bit of
I love that.
Avril Lavigne there?
What's happening?
That's great.
Didn't ask for it.
Doesn't matter. It's beautiful.
Emily's going to love that, I hope. But do join in. Wild Accounting, Rotherham.
Oh yeah, real accounting for real folk.
High School Musical, actually. That's what I'm getting.
Superb. Thank you very much, Wild Accounting. And if, putting a show out like this every week only works because businesses like Wild Accounting understand the value of backing something local that people actually care about. If you run a business and you want your name in front of a South Yorkshire audience who listen and engage and love this show, then you can get involved. Get to the website, message us through there. bigjohn@breakfast.co.uk. Huge response, by the way, to me talking about when I disappeared off the show a couple of years ago. It was burnout. Listen back to last Friday to me talking about, I'd never mentioned it really, talked about it before, and we had a bit of a chat about it and had loads of messages, lots of people privately reaching out, going through it, have been through it, feel that they're getting there now. There's a lot of it about. It's very familiar. There's too much going on in the world at the same time. We're all being pushed, and I completely feel your pain, and I've got your back. And thank you so much for all the lovely messages. Lots of people commenting on the videos and the reels on our Facebook page. Search Big John at Breakfast on Facebook. Sue says, a brave thing to do and even braver to talk about. Never apologise for your feelings. The most important person in your life is you, and self-care is paramount. I love Sue's words. She says, thank you for sharing and for your honesty. Thank goodness you took the time, because here you are now. You have permission to be poorly, tired, burnt out, and you have the absolute right to take back the time and whatever you need to get well. Thank you, Sue.
That's nice.
Some people are just brilliant with words, aren't they? And they know exactly what to say.
Yeah,
and
that's lovely.
Well done, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Elaine says, I have to say that I think you're very brave, as you have potentially left yourself vulnerable to negative comments. I'll be honest, I haven't had any
We
negative.
would never be negative to your face, John, would we, Lisa? We wouldn't
No,
let you hear those
no.
things.
I won't leave a digital footprint. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I see where this is going.
Looking after you.
I also think it's very hard to expose what you may perceive as your weakness or a failing. However, I applaud your honesty, and I'm certain that so many of your listeners have empathised and sympathised, and perhaps may allow themselves to pause rather than break.
That's good.
These people with their words.
Yeah, that's good words.
One more on this.
Nice.
One more on this.
Yeah.
Charlotte, I just wanted to say thank you for talking honestly about burnout and the 3 months you took away. I didn't realise how much I needed to hear that until I did. I've always assumed that if you love what you do, you're not allowed to be exhausted by it. That's a very good point. I mean, you also assumed that I was loving what I was doing.
Seem that way.
Hearing you admit that stepping back was necessary and not a failure gave me permission to stop beating myself up for feeling drained by something I once loved. What really chimed with me was how burnout doesn't arrive with a bang, it creeps in.
Wow. Yeah.
For me, it showed up as irritability, constant tiredness, and a weird numbness where even good news barely registered. This feels so familiar for lots of people, doesn't it?
Totally.
Oh, Charlotte. She says, I kept telling myself to push through because other people had it worse. Looking back, I wish I'd paused earlier instead of waiting until I had nothing left. The other thing that struck me was how hard it is to come back after a break. No one really talks about that part. The guilt, the fear people have moved on, the pressure to return as the old you. I'm still finding my way back, and it helped hearing that it's not instant or linear. Thanks again for being honest. It mattered more than you probably realise, Charlotte. Oh, mate.
That's lovely, Charlotte.
Oh, that is so nice.
Can I say,
I love that.
I am fine, by the way. I stepped away and it helped. I think what's happening is people are stumbling across the reels online on Instagram and Facebook and videos and the clips and thinking that maybe I'm going through it now, but I'm not. I'm all good. And people saying I'm brave. I'm opening about something that happened a couple of years ago. I've got to say, it's so much easier than it perhaps would have been opening up about it in the moment.
Yeah, you got clarity now, haven't you?
Hindsight gives you strength and confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the words of the Lighthouse family, guys,
God.
when my friends ever feel down, I always say, hang on, let me just think what it is.
Ocean
Is
Drive.
it lifted?
No, it's high, and he says this lyric. And you're going to laugh at me for saying this. You're like, oh, shut up. But when I heard this lyric, it always stayed with me, and I heard it when I was about 14
Can't
years
wait
old.
for the lyrics.
It's taking a while to. Are you trying to write it down?
When you're close to tears, remember one day it will all be over. And what he's saying is, you ain't got time to be sad. Exactly. Come on, let's go. Woo. I just think of that lyric, and I always feel better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when my friends come to advice for me, I just say Lighthouse family, lyric 49.
Lyric 49.
Very good.
because I was opening up last week, supposedly, and being so ruddy brave, like a soldier, lots of people have messaged me. I mentioned Honesty 26, which is a thing I completely made up. I'm doing Honesty 26. It's not a thing.
Yeah, I remember you got the date wrong.
But it was going to be, what did I? Yeah. Honesty 25, did I call it? That was my New Year's resolution, to be a little bit more honest on the show. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. But Honesty 26 is not a real thing. A couple of people have jumped on it. One of them has to remain anonymous. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Following you opening up for the first time about how you vanished off the radio for 3 months and the whole Honesty 26 thing, here's something I've never said out loud before. In the spirit of opening up, I am having an affair.
Brilliant.
Why are we applauding that? Brilliant. Having an affair, if that's true.
Oh, very good.
Play that again. I'm having an affair. Oh, that's the new way.
We should call this podcast I'm Having an Affair.
I think it's brilliant you spoke about that, by the way, because I've realised the reason men don't talk enough is they learn it from a young age, don't they, young boys? They don't talk about stuff. They either just hit each other or, they troll each other, but they never talk about it. And when girls fall out all the time, I know that's hard and they're very emotional, but they're learning that life skill really quickly and early. Girls fall out a lot more than boys.
Yes.
And I've learned that that's because, but girls, what they're doing is, I know it's horrible to witness at the time, but they're learning their way through the world and navigating friendships already. Whereas boys, they all get in a bit of a scramble or it's a bit of trolling and that's it. Then they don't ever talk about the thing and move on. Whereas girls have to really put themselves through it socially. Do you know what I mean?
I
So I don't think it's a bad thing when girls are doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's why we're more advanced.
Yeah.
So
I've noticed with my girls is that they've had all the way through school frenemies.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Friend enemies and they were friends and then they become enemies. But I don't remember that when I was a boy with my boyfriend. With my boyfriends.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it with my boyfriends.
Yes,
I'm
of course.
saying it.
Yeah, you say it.
yeah.
I'm boyfriends. Vinny has become a monthly supporter on our coffee bit of the website, bigjohnatbreakfast.co.uk. A round of applause for Vinny. He says, thank you for making my drives to work enjoyable and for all the sound bites and jingles and phrases that live rent-free in my head but find themselves spoken by me on a daily basis. P.S. I'm not having an affair. Good. Thank you, mate. Have we got time? We're running out of time. Goodman's. We've got to talk about Goodman's very quickly.
Okay.
It was a television, I think, was on Mum's Catalogue game a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. Mm-hmm. And I said at the time, I wonder if Goodman's is still around. And then somebody called Cameron messaged us to say they'd become LG. And then he messaged us again the following week to say, no, I got that wrong. That was something else. And so I said, I still don't know what's going on with Goodman's. Are they still around? And that's my fault because I said it and we haven't stopped getting messages about Goodman's.
Okay.
Hey, it's Cameron again. I've checked, and Goodman's does still exist.
Oh, thank God for that.
Does it?
It still exists. Goodman's exists. I know that because somebody else called Lisa has messaged us.
Hi, Big John. I know you're interested in finding out about Goodman's Electronics.
Really?
Turns out they are still in business.
Okay.
They are now part of the B&M Stores group, and they do still stock TVs, radios, kettles, vacuums, things like that.
Good, we're learning. It's still around, guys. We've lost Lisa. Oh, no, she's still there.
I'm loving it.
I know for a fact that Goodman's is still going because a guy called Jamie has left us a voice note as well.
Goodman's is definitely still a thing.
Oh.
They're not as good as they used to be. I know this because I bought a wireless iPhone charger, which charges the watch and the AirPods at the same time.
Money back.
But it only works when it wants to. So that's £10 down the drain.
Oh.
P.S. I'm not having an affair.
Oh, okay. It's still going, guys. Goodman's is still a thing.
That's good news.
Goodman's, if you want to sponsor a tiny little podcast, then you know where to come. Because it turns out our listeners flipping love you.
A good strapline, given what we just learned, was Goodman's. Still going, but not as good as they were.
Yeah, that's £10 down the drain.
Big John at Breakfast.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Lisa. And thank you, Cameron.
They used to do it for the radio station, but now they're just doing it for you. Big John at breakfast, bonus
Are your accounts giving you stress instead of clarity? Wild Accounting in Rotherham does real accounting for real folk. No suits, no jargon, just honest help to keep more of your hard-earned money. Whether you're a small business, freelancer, or just need simple support with tax, bookkeeping, or payroll, Wild Accounting makes sense of the numbers so you can focus on what you do best. Head to wildaccounting.co.uk and let's get you sorted.
Big John at breakfast.
Bonus! Something is shifting behind the scenes at the moment, and you might be able to feel it already with our podcast. We've been having some proper conversations lately about where the show is going and what's working and what deserves our full attention. And there's a bit of a reset energy in the air, not in a dramatic way, but in a, right, let's do this thing properly. And maybe it's because it's the start of the new year or whatever it is, but we've realised that when the show is good, it's really good. And when it's really good, it's because we're fully in it, fully present, fully committed and obsessed. So we've been quietly making decisions that free up more space for being good and creative and having bigger ideas and the kind of moments that people message their mates about afterwards. And so we need to sort out a couple of things and then we'll be set. More focus, more evolution, fewer distractions and more intention. There is something coming that marks a new chapter for our show. We're all been talking about this, and we're going to have the full announcement on Friday. We really, really need you to be listening. On Friday, big news coming for this show, and thank you for listening. Right, let's do Mum's Catalogue, and then we're going to do the Monday song.
Big John at breakfast. Bonus.
If Big John at Breakfast has ever kept you company, made you laugh, or just filled the silence, this is your moment. Support the podcast at the website, bigjohnatbreakfast.co.uk. Stand up, be counted, and we'll give you a proper shout out on the Friday song. Just real people backing something they love. Do it now at bigjohnatbreakfast.co.uk. And thank you.
Throwback Thursday is this Thursday. Never mind everyone going back to 2016 on their socials. Oh, look at photos of me in 2016. Oh, 10 years ago, look at me, little old me. We have been doing this for weeks. It's called Throwback Thursday. Do you remember we used to offer a service on the show where we could erase from your brain memories of things that you never want to see again? Situations you found yourself in that you totally regret, and sometimes those situations pop back into your head when you least expect it and fill you with shame and disgrace.
Usually when you're falling asleep and it affects you so badly you have to turn over and change position and leave the memory behind you.
Because the thing about me is, James, I'm such an empath that I feel so bad about those situations.
I've said that before about you, John.
So we're going to go through those calls on Throwback Thursday. Classic Hallamster in there. Stories from each of us too. First, shall we do Mum's Catalogue from 1986, which is a bit too far really for this demo.
It's Mum's Catalogue game.
Nick Heppenstall, you know Nick, Nicky Nacky Noo, Nicorella, Heppington, Hepatitis A.
Yeah.
Sent us an old Argos catalogue from 1986, the Moulin X electric carving knife. How much was it? 40 years ago. Liesl said $29.99. James went
29.
The actual price was $13.95.
They were coming down, weren't they? They were coming down. I get that then.
$13.95. I don't know what that was in 1986 money, but I'm guessing that'd be like 45 quid now.
That was about a Saturday shift for Saturday staff. You know, if you got your
a whole
first job
day's work
as a student,
it would be 14 quid.
You could probably pay for an electric carving knife at the end of your shift.
James was the closest. The Polaroid camera, James said $39.99. Lisa went $59.99. The actual answer was $28.95.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah,
So,
coming down, see, old tech.
James gets that one as well. Good. Shall we?
That's lovely. I got both. Sorry about that, Lisa.
And right, shall we, just for a bit of a laugh, confuse everyone by doing the Monday song on a Tuesday, making 0 cents?
That'll be helpful.
It's Monday. The weekend's over and the workday's already here. It's Monday. I can almost taste that ice cold fear. It's Monday. Work week has started and all the deadlines are due. It's Monday. Stay up sexy. There's really no hope for you. It's Monday. It's time to kick the working week off again. With Big John at breakfast. Here we go again. Here we go again. Hey Monday. Hey Monday. You can do one. Hey Monday. Hey Monday. You can.
Yeah, that works.
Brilliant.
On Friday, we are back with a layout of the plan for this podcast. Make sure you don't miss this. It's a massive show this Friday. The actual Friday song, which is over 20 years and a bit of a radio tradition, is on. You can dedicate it to a mate. Go to bigjohnatbreakfast.co.uk. The coffee bit works now. Coming out on Friday, I've developed a new questionable habit since the start of 2026, something I'm doing in public. I only used to do it in the house. Now I'm doing it in public. And it's something that I used to really judge other people for if I ever saw them doing it in public. And I maybe even have called them tramps.
And you've let it in.
James, what have you got on Friday?
I'm just a little bit upset about painkillers at the minute. You know, off-the-counter painkillers that we all have in the house.
You're upset about them?
He's been building for a long time. I just need a word, see if it's just me.
You're not going to ban painkillers.
No, I'm not going to ban them. I think we just improve something and I'll make life better for everybody.
Oh, my God.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. And Liesl?
I think we can all agree that kids are very honest. When you've got children, if you want the truth, they'll tell it, won't they?
Yes.
You two always say to me, actually, you haven't got any filter. Well, my children definitely don't have any filter at all. But I don't think they mean to be mean about it. It's just who they are.
Yeah.
But by the way, can I just say, we all have our insecurities, don't we? And that's fine, because I know we're in a generation now where every insecurity needs to be cured. And I don't believe that to be the case. I think there are some things you'll have with you forever, and I think that's fine.
Oh.
But I have to say, my children gave me 3 brand new insecurities within the space of 5 days.
Yeah. Lovely. Have a brilliant week. We're back on Thursday with the throwback, then Friday. Flipping love you guys.
Big John at breakfast. Bonus.
The Big John at Breakfast bonus with wildaccounting.co.uk. Real accounting for real folk. It's the end of the tax year soon. Let's get you sorted.
One more go on the Wild Accounting jingle.
Yes, please.
Oh, yes, please.
Brilliant!
Great.